Hi YouTubers, this is Bruce Boys from Homes and Life Outdoors here. It's a great sunny July and we are headed off to see if we can find somewhere to go camping out west by the Rocky Mountains. It's a little tricky these days because so many people are heading out camping, but that's okay, it's a good thing. So we'll just go for a drive and see what we can find. Here's Swan Lake Provincial Park. So let's go in here and see if there's any campsites here. This will be dry camping. Well, I see some sites up there. Some sites here. Doesn't look too crowded at all. Well, it looks like there's good lake access here anyway, so we'll see if we can find a site. Well, I think we found a site that's not too bad. Should be easy enough to back into. Just up there, picnic table. Looking good, we'll give it a try. Well, we're all set up. We've got our new solar panel charging. The awning's out for a bit of shade. Picnic table, the fire pit is here for a bit of fire later. You can see this is actually quite a large campsite. We have no neighbors up in the bush. We do have some neighbors to the other side. Doors down. So later today we'll put together the boat, and tomorrow morning we'll, providing it's not too windy, we will see if we can catch some fish. Well, here we are at Swan Lake, Alberta. Looks like a nice day. The water's fairly calm. We're gonna go out and see if fish are still doing social distancing. Got our little boat all set up here. And away we go. Well, here we are, day 3 at Swan Lake. Time for us to head home to civilization. Swan Lake's been a good lake. There's been some 30-degree weather here. That's 30 degrees Celsius. There's been thunderstorms, there's been a little bit of rain, and overall it's pretty nice. This is more of a primitive campground, 22 dry camping sites. There are some newer toilet facilities here, but it's pretty good. Take a quick view of the lake here for you. It's a trophy lake, which apparently means that the fish are tagged, and you should be recording the tag numbers if you catch them. There's Northern Pike, some lake trout, some brown trout, and some whitefish in here. loons on the lake, and it's kind of a family lake, judging from all the little teenage ducks here. So we were here 3 days, and apparently the fish were social distancing. We didn't catch a thing, fairly common apparently. Some of the other people were having the same experience. Now what we did do is yesterday morning up along this side here, we were fishing and I had a real hard strike. Just bent the rod over double, and for 2 seconds I thought I had a monster. And then the rod straightened up, the line was slack, I reeled in and it had taken everything. And I realized I hadn't put on a steel leader, and it was probably Northern Pike, which have very sharp teeth. So somewhere out there is a Northern Pike with a lure attached to him. Had a couple other hard bites, but no, we weren't able to catch anything. So lesson learned, use the steel leaders when you're fishing for Northern Pike. One other lesson we learned last night is our little porta boat has an electric motor, and we have a big deep cycle RV battery that we power it with. We're way off down the far end of the lake, and the battery died. So we had just over a half-hour paddle back here. It was okay. The wind was at our back, pushing us along too, so it wasn't a problem, but that's another lesson learned. Now that we have our little solar panel charger, I need to keep the battery a little more charged. We've never run out of battery before, but it's the first time for everything. Probably the biggest issue here is there's very little cell coverage. So at one point we drove up on a hill way up there, and we were able to get a little bit of coverage. And sometimes out in the middle of the lake, you'll get a bit of coverage. Or this morning, I got a few messages come through just while I was standing here. Well, back at the campsite, time to finish packing up. Our little solar panel seems to have been working well. Kept the battery up to snuff. We never had any problems power-wise. So that's a good thing. Porta boat's all folded up, ready to go. So we'll hit the road just in a little while after we've had some breakfast this morning. Just remember that life is an adventure. And yes, I'll talk to you again soon.